Was it at?
Yo, guys, how's it going? We are here with a bunch of guests today for our YouTube stream live. It is a big packed house today. We've got the Loud Lib, we got Ryan, Shead, we got Fran, we got Brian, and then XYFCenter, and then NIKKINOO News, and then Walter Masterson's coming on soon, and Lord Timothais will be joining us later on, and then we've also got a nurse coming on at the end of this, about 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will have a nurse, a real actual nurse that's on TikTok. She blew up. She told everyone to wear masks, and she went viral. She's joining us also, so I'm just super excited to introduce all these TikTokers and YouTubers and all these podcasters on this program today. We are just having a great time, and welcome to everybody's stream. We've got streaming on Ryan's Twitter. We're streaming on NIKKINOO News' YouTube channel, lots of different YouTube channels actually. So if you see us and you like us, definitely subscribe to us. Let's get along with the intros. My name is Bert. I run the channel Food X Bert, and I've been living in China for 9 years. Unfortunately, I had to move to America
China
the past couple of months. Oh, that was a good Trump impression, by the way. That was awesome. Yeah, like so. Anyways, I just travel the world and explore and, try to show everyone my travels in my videos. So, okay, we're going to go to number 2 here. We got Ryan.
Hey, guys. Ryan Shead here. I have my YouTube and Twitter channel that I've built around myself. And my main thing is I always sign off saying much love and keep fighting, because I always want people to know that there's somebody here that does love you, and there's somebody here that just wants you to keep fighting and get through the day. So that's what I'm all about, and I love you guys.
Cool, and we got XYFCenter right here.
Hey, how you
Domenick.
doing? My name is X. Well, they call me X. Domenick, yeah. Domenick, they call me X. My channel is basically about just showing love and being there for people and taking care of people. And if anybody needs anywhere to come in, I have a live at night from 10:30 to 12:30. I've been going on live for over about 220 days now. We're a blue room, so we talk about blue politics. We've been, basically just there for people that need a place to go to talk about things. We talk about racial inequality. We talk about Trump and how we have to get him out of office to make the world a better place. We talk about, I have people that come in when they have issues to talk about things. So that's pretty much what we do. It's mostly like a family. They call it the X family. So, and I'm on and YouTube. I'm just starting. So that's about it.
Oh, great. And then we got NIKKINOO.
Hey, my platforms, I'm on TikTok. That's where I have my largest audience. Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. And Ryan is helping me with Twitter because I had no idea what I was doing. But my platforms really revolve around politics, whether it's satire, comedy. I try and intertwine all of that to help keep people's attention when I'm telling them the news, the current news. I kind of got started off by doing the politics, and then I would roast people because I got so many hate comments, and that's where this came from.
That's why we love you.
What's wrong with you? Don't worry, I won't swear, Bert. So that's where that came from, and I also I'm very much focused on my followers. They're very, very important. I love them, so I do a lot for them as well. And I also want people to feel safe coming to my space as well. I do. Sometimes my language isn't the best, but I'm trying to be better. But at any rate, I love being here with you guys. It's so much fun talking about everything that's going on and trying to get people educated about what's going on in the world, in our country, most especially, to get this monster out of office. So that's my
awesome. And next we've got Brian. Brian is next.
What's up, guys? I'm probably the least known person here. I spent a few years over in China as well. I'm a military veteran with PTSD. I'm a 9/11 veteran. I'm also a film and TV producer that hosts a podcast talk show on the side called Half the City. which is currently off. The season completed about a month ago or so. And that's basically authentic conversations with amazingly interesting people. Included some people like special forces officers that have helped stop spread of Al-Qaeda and things like that. But also getting in and diving into the political side of things as well. So I'm happy to help bridge those gaps and make the world a little bit smaller as much as we can, guys.
Awesome.
Great.
Brian, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, brother.
And then we got the Loud Lib,
thank you,
Matt, aka Matt. Here we go.
Well, first of all, Brian, I'm very offended because I'm a lot less important than you are. I just want to put that out there. Okay. No one knows who I am, and I want to put that out there. Also, I have never been to China.
China.
So my page is mostly trolling Trump, and I like to use his words against him best. Like my video that finally cracked 1 million. I finally had my first video that cracked 1 million views. I said, well, what? Oops, can't curse. What did I say? Oh, I said, I like presidents who weren't infected.
I love that one, dude. I saw
it. Yeah.
Which is just a play on what Trump said about John McCain.
Yep.
You know? And I've been getting death threats every hour or so on my TikTok.
Yeah.
And I love it. I'm glad to finally be in conservative TikTok. Nikki, I've been following you forever. I love you. Walter, I just want to apologize because I know that people tag you with my name on a bunch of stuff all day long. I don't tell them to. I just want you to know that. I do apologize. And girl with the microphone too. If you're watching, I don't tell them to tag you. I'm sorry. Anyway, follow me at the Loud Lib. I'm going to be going to Philadelphia soon. So if there's anything you want me to yell at Philly voters, please let me know. And more importantly, go to joebiden.com and click volunteer. Make phone calls for Joe, text messages for Joe, and let's get rid of Donald Trump. And believe me, once he's out of office, all of us will have so much more better material to use than what we get while he's in office. So let's get let's get him out of office so we can really, really give it to Donald Trump. And thank you for having me. I don't know why the hell you wanted me here, but thank you.
Okay, now we've got FranT, who has done a lot of your guys' impressions. So I thought it was so much fun to have her on. Here she is.
Hey guys, thank you for having me here. I also don't really know why I'm on here, and I think probably I'm the one who is the least known. I started TikTok relatively recently, and I think I'm probably also the least creative because I don't create anything by myself. I only lip sync you guys, so I depend on all of you. I started this because I was really, really frustrated. I work in corporate finance in a big company. I have kids. Like I'm a mom working, and I'm not a politician or an actor or anything. And I just started this because I was really, really frustrated with everything that has been going on. And I think it has given me some sort of outlet to at least have a little bit of fun. And I have to say, I've seen a lot of you on TikTok. I love it. I love what you guys are doing. And I live for these little comments of, hey, this is hilarious, keep it going. So yeah, I think that's what it is. And hey, Walter, I think I left like on 2 of your recent TikToks comments. They got a lot of likes. So, this moment when I receive more notifications from the likes that I leave on your comments than on my own stuff, I think I just wanted to leave this out here. So I'm a big fan of yours and of all of you guys. So thank you for having me.
That is awesome. Yeah. And then we got Walter here. We got, should we go to Walter, or you got something to say really fast? Or we got Walter right here. He's in NYC Live.
How you doing?
Hi,
How you doing,
Walter.
everyone? Everyone.
How you doing?
No introduction. Just giving a shout out. I just, as we speak, I uploaded a Proud Boys interview to Twitter. I interviewed Proud Boy. I mean, and it's. I went to a Trump rally. I uploaded a lot of funny content, and then I saved the best for last. okay, it's actually like not very funny at all. Like the comments on it are like, okay, I need like this is disturbing. So people on TikTok were like, okay, and the people on Twitter just ate it up. So like like literally as I was signing on to this, I was getting just blasted by people being like, okay, this should be in the news. And all that stuff.
Absolutely, it should be in the news. I thought so too.
Yeah,
Walter.
so it was one of those things where I had a Proud Boy who, and let's be honest, he signed a waiver. He knew the cameras were rolling. He was very open about saying this. I think he owns his own business, and when he asked us to turn the cameras off, he said a lot more. I mean, he did sign a waiver and openly agreed to speak to us. So like what he basically, my impression was like, we walked away, like, these people are everything that you think they are, right? I mean, they're not like what you think they are. It's not a white supremacist group, but you're like, when you look at the video, you're like, maybe they have, multiracial, it's multiracial, but they're, it's like a militia. You're like, this is not like a fun, happy-go-lucky group. These people have a purpose, and their express intent is, they think of themselves as the military.
It's Trump Army as far as they're concerned.
And they're like, people argue with me like, well, that's not what he meant when he said stand back and stand by. And it's like, well, if you ask this Proud Boy, that's exactly what he meant. His interpretation was, yeah, this is what happened. This is what I'm standing by and waiting for orders. And if you look on social media, the Proud Boy saying, yes, we are standing by and waiting for orders. Mm-hmm. So, and they've also said, they've all echoed this, that if Biden wins, they're going to take it to the streets. And if Biden wins, so like, I honestly considered not even posting the video, because I'm like, all right, I don't need to bring this heat on to myself, but I'm like, you know what, it needs to be out there.
Did you post it yet?
I did post it, so I'm getting blasted on Twitter. I mean, on Twitter, it actually blew up. It only has like 20,000 views on TikTok. When I posted it like 2 hours ago, hour and a half ago, but like on Twitter, it's like it's gotten reshared like insane. Like people are tagging media organizations in it. Rightfully so. So I'm like, okay, thank God I've moved so many times in the past year, and my address is not public. I was like posting this on Facebook, and then I was like, oh, good reminder, I should shut down my Facebook account so people don't see pictures of my family. What a great idea.
That's awesome.
Oh, Walter. You're
right, but you need to be careful, I think, because you're very open. You're in the public. Everybody knows your face. You're always on the street, so be careful.
Oh, I get recognized.
Yeah.
Is it the video where you talked to the guy that talked about blood and semen being the transferring way of the virus?
No, it's not that video. I just uploaded it.
Oh,
it's the same guy. The same guy. I mean, the guy gave me a lot of comedy. But what he said at the end, we were like, my friends and I were like, okay, we all just want to like go home at this point. We're like, we were all like, had this like we were like all tired. It was like, having a dementor like around our energy was like sucked out. We were all like, okay, are any of you needing to take a nap right now? It was like, yeah, we all need one. So yeah, it was. And then I keep in touch with the guy, and he, because he sends me Q information. That's like, because I was like, how do I get in touch with Q? He's like, I'm not telling you with the cameras.
Oh my God.
So I've been texting him on a Google number. So I mean, and he sends me stuff that is, he sends me Q. I'm reading what Q reads. It's a fun stuff. It's not very. Like it's wildly anti-Semitic. Like when you hear George Soros, next time someone says George Soros, just tell them to stop speaking code for, anti-Semitism. Like that's, that's all that's code for is, the Jews this, the Jews that. So, I think that's part of, as I'm learning about Q. So I never got into a bio with anyone. I'm a comedian. I'm an actor, TV film actor, and a comedian. So, I think because of recent times, all of us have been thrust into this. So, I'll shut up now. It's really lovely to meet all of you, and I'll let the rest of you speak.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I just wanted to jump in while Walter was talking. I got a thing on my phone saying that Stephen Miller, or Stefan Miller, however you say his name, he tested positive for COVID.
Yep.
Stephen Miller.
Couldn't happen to a better guy.
Good job, Steve.
I don't know how does it affect reptiles? I've honestly thought about what would I do about if I was in an elevator with Stephen Miller? Like it's like a federal crime to punch him. But I'm like, is that worth it? Like if I could punch anyone in that administration, I think it would be like if I could only punch like 2 people, I'd punch him twice. Like I think
but Trump is successfully spreading the coronavirus. They sent a whole bunch of elderly people that worked at the White House home apparently. And so because Trump wanted to go back to the White House and just chill in the White House, I don't know why he wanted to go back there and not wear a mask.
I know why he did that.
To look strong.
He needs to show everyone how easy it is to get over COVID.
Yeah,
so
it proves his point. Right?
Yeah.
False bravado, that's all.
His point. Yep.
And it's reckless. It's absolutely reckless that he has been publishing in Twitter again how nobody should be worried about COVID. And then he compared it again. He talked about the flu and flu season. So he makes again the same point, and he should really be held accountable for these things.
Twitter marked it as misleading.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you saw him walk up the balcony and, stand there. He took his mask off and he was like,
he was grasping for air. Absolutely.
Grasping for air. And this was all a ploy. Here's the thing. Herman Cain, he died. He had a great second week or a great first week. He seemed to be recovering. And then he just, hi, Vivian. But then he started ailing again. I think Trump with all the steroids and the other drugs that they have been giving him cause psychosis. And those things combined with the crazy mind that he has anyway. And then the man has never done drugs to our knowledge. When he gets this stuff in him, his body's like it's never had it before. And now
what are you talking about? I affected Trump is
pills,
drugs.
He loves pills. Pills.
Follow Noel Kessler on Twitter. He used to work on The Apprentice. He basically breaks the silence and says, "I worked on The Apprentice. He got the drugs all the time."
Yep.
Really?
Adderall mostly. Yeah.
That's what I've heard recently, but I did not know that. Because
was that recently broken?
Right?
I did not
know. No, Kessler's been saying it for a very long time on Twitter.
Right.
He was freelance on The Apprentice, so obviously, he's not an employee. The people that were worked on the show officially can't say anything. The producers can't say anything, or they'll get sued. Noel Kessler, follow him on Twitter. He worked for the Miss Universe pageant. He worked on The Apprentice, so he's worked on enough stuff where he's like, all right, I'm dishing everything I know about this guy. He used to walk up to women in the pageant and inspect them like horses. Everyone on The Apprentice knew that he was doing drugs.
Yep. Anyone.
Anyone. Well, that's good to know. I honestly did not know that. That's. I thought he didn't. I know he doesn't drink, but and then drugs. I didn't know he was doing that. But he's lost his ever-loving mind. Either way, he's unraveled completely.
Did he ever have?
I think he's gone off. He's gone off shit. He's just
He went back to school, actually. I've got a clip that says he went back to school. Let me just play that really fast, you guys. Just really, really quick. He did go back.
We're getting great reports from the doctors. This is an incredible hospital, Walter Reed. The work they do is just absolutely amazing, and I want to thank them all, the nurses, the doctors, everybody here. I've also gotten to meet some of the soldiers and the first responders, and what a group. I also think we're going to pay a little surprise to some of the great patriots that we have out on the street, and they've been out there for a long time, and they've got Trump flags, and they love our country. So I'm not telling anybody but you, but I'm about to make a little surprise visit. So perhaps I'll get there before you get to see me. But I just, when I look at the enthusiasm, and we have enthusiasm like probably nobody's ever had. Our people that love the job we're doing, we have more enthusiasm than maybe anybody. So it's been a very interesting journey. I learned a lot about COVID. I learned it by really going to school. This is the real school. This isn't the let's read the book school. And I get it, and I understand it. And it's a very interesting thing, and I'm going to be letting you know about it. In the meantime, we love the USA, and we love what's happening. Thank you.
He went back to school, you guys, and I went.
So now, after we're in this thing for 6-7 months, now he's learned about COVID. Is that what he's saying? As the president?
Well, it's because he doesn't read. He said he went to school without the books. That's how he got it, right? Because he doesn't read. If he read that thing, he never fucking know anything. He wouldn't know.
Oh, hey, Brian, no. Brian.
I stopped. I cut myself up. Right? Right? If you never got tested, he wouldn't have been positive.
He'd be fine. I don't understand. Why did he get tested?
Hey,
yeah, then he would have not gotten it, right?
So in all fairness, though, you got to separate that Walter Reed bit, though, because that, I mean, I hate hearing Trump speak about anything, but Walter Reed is legit. It is like the premier hospital for the most injured military, active duty, and veterans in the country. So you got to make sure you keep that piece in place and that piece honored. And then whatever else the hell he's talking about, trying to catch his breath halfway through this conversation.
Can I just quickly interject? I agree with you. Walter Reed is great, but those doctors, they did not do justice to the American people. I just want to say they lied on behalf of Donald Trump. We have zero transparency. So the fact that he had all these doctors who have taken the Hippocratic Oath lie on his behalf.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not saying they're not great doctors, but he has everyone in his pocket.
Exactly.
So I just want to point that out. I'm
Well,
not
and I think another point
parade,
also is that he had access to this top-notch, world-class care. Who else has access to
bragging
this?
about how he feels 20 years younger?
The majority of the American citizens, they do not have access to anything similar of what he could get. So that's totally irresponsible. I mean,
And since we're here, can we talk about the motorcade? Can we talk about him being paraded around like a pig at the fair?
It's a farce.
I've also got the picture, a video of that.
A dictator.
It's like only 1 minute long. Should I just play it really fast, or should
Sure,
I?
let's look at his ugly face for a minute.
Play it?
Yeah, play.
Play.
Here comes King Trump. God bless our president.
Can I
He's the Pope.
Can I just say something really quickly? This really irritated me on so many levels, but the one thing is they are at a military hospital. There are people in there that maybe have COVID, cancer, PTSD patients, any other varying illnesses that could be severe. Let me ask you this. What do patients need when they're at a hospital? Rest, right? Wow. And idiots are out there yelling and screaming and beeping their horns and all this other stuff. And then instead of him being like, look, these people in the hospital, I love you guys, you know, just settle down. We're all tired, whatever. No, he gets out there and he's like, yeah, keep beating your drums. He doesn't give a crap. Sorry, Bert. He doesn't give a crap about anybody except himself. That
it wasn't me.
Just keep loading it on. It's like the Oreo cookie that's this big with the stuff in the middle.
But I mean, do you expect any different? Do you expect any different? I mean, remember Hurricane Maria? They're chucking paper towels at people. Come on.
It's not really a surprise. I agree. But
he should have thrown COVID tests out the window.
Right?
You get a COVID test. You get a COVID test.
What's up, Fran?
No, the fact that he's done that, it has gotten international attention as well. I'm from Switzerland and I read a lot of the European press, and Germany, Switzerland, they're outraged by him leaving the hospital to just wave at his fans. That we don't understand that. The rest of the world does not understand.
Most of us don't either.
Yeah.
It's insane.
But like FranT said, they really are
people that are in the hospital. It's crazy because there's people in the hospital that can't even say goodbye to their loved ones, and this guy's parading like a kid.
Well, those Walter Reed guys, those are the ones that have been blown up.
There's some people.
Go ahead. Yeah, sorry.
No, I'm listening.
No, I'm just saying those Walter Reed people. Those are the ones that have been blown up.
It's very
in the field,
sad the way
right?
things.
Trump fans need to realize that what's good for the Donald is not good for you. You're not getting what the Donald gets. And his supporters haven't quite yet figured that out. That a Yankee con man has somehow found his way to be relatable to people that would
have
never
to
go
do
to
with
his
him.
they'd never be on his hotel's property, his golf courses. Trump wants nothing to do with these people. And one of the things that I do on my TikTok is I love to point out people who are racist, because I want to make sure that all these racist TikTok people out there, you are not Donald. Just because that fat you-know-what gets away with it, you guys are not getting away with it. I want you to know that. We will expose you. And if he wins again, guess what? For 4 more years, people like me will be breathing down your damn throats, okay? Sorry.
No, that's okay. Actually,
I hate him and I hate them. The fact that they don't see that what is not good for the goose is not good for the gander. He gets the best of everything and craps on everyone along the way. And they will never, ever, ever come to the realization that they got conned. It's easier to remain a fool than realize that you were fooled up.
True.
I think Fran has got to go to work right now. And Fran, I wanted you to say bye to us, but I want you to also talk about your. I want you to also talk about your channel though, really fast here. FranT, right?
Yeah, Fran _T, I think it is. I don't even know. No, as I said before, I just lip sync. I lip sync some of what you guys do. So keep doing what you're doing so that I can lip sync. And if you want to just at least have something to laugh, then come and look me up. And thank you for having me. I have to go. Thank you for having me. I'll be happy to join another time. And the ones of you that I don't know yet, I'll make sure that I look you guys up and I'll follow you, okay?
I put everyone's description in the description below. So everyone can look at the description below and find you, FranT. You're in the description in everyone's feed. So you're there. So
very nice. Thank you.
Fran.
Bye, Fran.
Bye, everyone.
Nice
Thanks for having me.
Bye, Fran.
Bye.
We're bringing on Abe. Abe is back again. Hey, Abe. Hello.
Hey, everybody.
Howdy.
I'm good. How is everyone? Which one?
There
The
he
one
is.
where
What's up,
the one
Abe?
where you were yelling at the Trumpers to leave you alone. Which, may I ask, was that an invitation for them to come even more? Because I was going to do a video like that. Now that I'm in the creators fund,
I have to tell you,
like, if one more Trumper writes Trump 2020, but I was going to do that as an invitation for them to actually do it.
you know, I have to say, I am very fortunate. I, of course, get a bunch of the, Trump 2020s, but I don't get as many of them as I thought I would, especially from that video. And when I check to see who is doing these 2020 or if they're doing something derogatory, I check to see if they have no content. I just block them because it's pointless. So they don't have an opinion. They're just kind of being used to kind of undermine us, I believe. And in a lot of times I will answer, and especially the ones that say something really stupid. I love saying like snotty things back to them. You know what I mean? It's like, if you want to engage, I'm happy to engage. So alternately, I have a lot more people that are really happy to hear somebody speaking like on their behalf about how much we all hate Trump, you know? But I think I'm lucky in that way. I did know one person that said they wanted to find me and kill me. So I didn't know. I was going to ask it in the group if I should be contacting TikTok and make them aware of that handle.
Actually, you contact the FBI.
But wait,
I was gonna say I might know a few people.
That's a rite of passage.
I mean, I blocked him, but I wrote down his handle. So
I've had to do it 3 times.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, 3 times. Y'all, those are rookie numbers. Y'all need to bump those numbers up.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've got 3 deaths.
Come on.
Since I've been on the show.
Come on.
3 since I've been on.
Well, no, death threats I get daily. But it got so bad.
I'm new, so maybe I just have so much to look forward to in terms of threats.
Oh,
they're coming.
None of us are immune.
I will say this.
The thing that I got the most about was I had talked about the fact that, you know, what are we talking about fascism? How is this possible? My family survived Dachau. Like, what is even in our, you know, vocabulary here? So, and that's when I really went off on that. So I got a few more there, but otherwise people are leaving me alone for the moment. But I welcome a fight. I do. You know,
they want to silence us, and the more Trump trolls that you have on your page, the more your message is getting out there, and the more I think that they're
great for the algorithm.
I love it.
Yep.
While they're fighting in the comments, the video's playing.
Exactly. That's why I respond to some of these.
Oh, that's good to know.
Don't tell them the secret, guys.
They're too stupid to understand anything anyway. Don't worry. Don't give them any credit. And keep speaking your voice. They want to silence us from now until November 3rd. Yeah. And the more comments I get, the more and more and more and more I post. And the worse it gets. I got a beautiful video outside Eric Trump's apartment that I'm going to be posting within the next couple of days. And I hope all my Trumpers love me for it.
Oh, wait, where's Eric Trump's apartment? Where's Eric Trump's apartment?
I won't tell you that it's on 59th Street. And I won't tell you. I
love you, bro.
That you can easily Google it because Daddy Donnie got him that apartment, and I said that in the video. You can Google it. It's
the American people didn't. Yeah.
It's Trump Park East. Oops.
Oh, Trump Park
East. So
East.
what do we think about this one? What about states lifting the mandates? What do you guys think on that?
Great job.
Terrible.
Congrats.
We're just.
Look, man,
Trump supporters.
I lived in China for 4 years. I saw them clean it up in about a month, right? Like, I mean, I know it sounds ridiculous. It sounds like martial law or whatever else you want to call it. You know, authoritarianism shut down the country. But I've got so many friends that are they're in Shanghai and Beijing, Wuxi, Hong Kong. You know, everything has settled down as far as the mask wearing. I mean, people are going out. You know, there's no restrictions anymore. And our self-entitled little country that we have can't bother sitting at home for 2 weeks, and now we're still dealing with this, and it's going to be an extra year because we don't know how to do what's better for the collective of the entire country.
And it all stems from zero leadership. It has been
absolutely.
From the beginning putting up, oh no, and he even knowing. Obviously, we all saw that. You know, we heard that those tapes, but there was no leadership from the very beginning. If we had a leader that actually gave a crap about this country, we wouldn't be where we are right now. He was so just wishy-washy with it, where he wouldn't wear a mask. Every once in a while he would wear a mask, but he kept saying, we don't need a mask. And a president, it teaches you through example. What are they doing? How are they reacting? People, the American people go off of that, very much so. And there was none. He was just like himself, right, like he is right now. You know, there was no leadership there. And don't wear a mask, whatever. And now his followers, you know that if he had said from the beginning, oh, everybody's got to wear a mask, we got to stay in, his followers would be the ones with weapons out there saying, don't leave your house because we're in dire straits. Yep. He dictates to these people. That is what a leader does, and he didn't. He's dictating all of the wrong things to all of the wrong people.
It's bigger than that. I have interviews from the rally where this is basically the talking point. There was, you know, this is what socialism is. The Democrats want to create socialism by shutting everything down and making them dependent, making the citizenry dependent on government. They all echoed that. It was just like, this is how you enact socialism. This is what Hitler did. And it was, and you're like, and I mean, I have interviews with this. So I mean, it goes beyond just like, I don't want to say I understand it because I think it's hysterically dumb, but like, I know their exact arguments. I mean, like this was told to me by multiple people at the rally. The speakers at the rally were like, there was this guy there who had his bar shut down, and he was holding a 9/11 fundraiser at his bar, and he got there and gave this impassioned speech, and we're looking at each other. He's like, remember when you could do this? Remember? And he's like, you can't do that anymore. And we're like, yeah, you can't do that for right now. Like, yeah, no, you can't have weddings right now in New York City. Like, what is wrong with you? He's like, why can't people have weddings? And I was like, huh? Like, and everyone's like, yeah, it's terrible. And they made it seem like it's Governor Cuomo and de Blasio's fault.
Well, that's just it. They passed the buck to everybody. This way, Donald can't be blamed for anything. It's all the governors. It's Cuomo. It's Murphy. It has nothing to do with Trump because at the end of the day, there really is no leadership at the top. So whenever someone gets upset about something, well, it's the governor of Michigan. It's that person's fault. No, we have no leadership. And we're still talking about someone who blames Obama from 4 years ago, folks. 4 years ago. And I just want to interject real quick because Walter brought up 9/11. When the hell did 9/11 become a national police holiday? When did that happen? Because I get so irritated because we had a 9/11 event in my town and people showed up with blue line masks on. And our mayor Kurt asked them to take them off. And it became a whole thing where, 9/11 is a police holiday. When the hell did that happen? Sorry.
I don't think it did.
In their mind, it did. In their
not
mind,
official.
And don't forget that after 9/11,
I mean, for the firemen, I mean, it can be a fireman's hot. Like we can salute the freaking firemen
sure, first responders
that got their ass kicked.
Absolutely, but it's not a thin blue line holiday. And by the way, don't forget, after 9/11, Trump had the second tallest building in New York City, guys. Don't forget our classy president.
He had to say that the same day.
I wanted to say something to Nikki's point about the leadership thing, is that, and we can't, not put Pence in this conversation because when Obama was president, it was Joe Biden who pushed for gay rights and gay marriage. So that's leadership they were both leaders. And that's what I think we're not getting with Pence at all, because he was handed this as his responsibility. And I'm only hoping that Kamala Harris comes out gangbusters, because at the end of the day, as much as I do believe that Trump is a murderer of 211,000 plus counting humans here in America, I think there's an equal responsibility on Pence, because if he was dynamic enough, he would have been able to have some impact, but he had none. He was just a stooge.
Well, and he did that on purpose, though. It's by design. Like Trump historically selects through his businesses or through his short political career or whatever. He historically brings in people that are just good enough, but they need to lean on whoever their boss is, and that boss is always Trump. So he's always the one that dictates everything that happens because everybody else is just competent enough to keep their job, and they know that, and they know that he has no problem firing anybody, right? So it's,
well, let's remember that Pence was in charge of the HIV pandemic that was happening, epidemic. Is an epidemic in like Kentucky. He was in charge.
Indiana.
That was on his
Indiana.
watch.
Indiana.
That got crazy. That epidemic went insane, and so many people got AIDS because they didn't do contact tracing, just like they're not doing contact tracing for COVID-19. So I mean, Pence has got a long history of letting pandemics happen in America.
God will take care of it all.
I just think
And
bravo
then
to that
Trump puts him in
super
charge of-
spreader. That super spreader in DC for Amy Barrett, to me, is probably one of the highlights of the month.
That might be the highlight of the year, to be honest with you. I'm not trying to be like Schadenfreude about it or whatever, but like,
RBG won her first case up there with that one.
Wait, did you see the reductress? They said the headline in reductress was it the Trump party was like the best, biggest murder mystery party ever.
So what about this one, guys?
This is a good one.
Oh, what's a good one?
Sorry. No, I'm
Thank you,
sorry.
Nikki.
I thought, okay, yeah. So Missy Ann, I saw this, and how do you guys feel about how Trump ended the negotiations for COVID relief package? What do you guys? Did you hear about this yet?
I think of all people that need a stimulus check, Donald Trump needs it the most because he's broke. In fact, Donald Trump needs 350,000. I did the math on this because I'm going to do a mic video with it. Trump needs 350,000 $1,200 stimulus checks to get out of debt. So Congress, get off your butt and send out those checks. Donnie needs it. And if you love Donald Trump, vote for Joe. He's got to get back to work. We got to get Trump out of the White House and back to the workforce, baby.
Right.
He broke.
Yep. Right. But more importantly, we need to also really focus on that he's holding the country hostage.
Yeah.
I mean, he's sitting there saying, well, I'm not even going to consider a package until I'm reelected.
I mean,
and let's also point out that's how this man has always done business. The way that he used to do business in New York City was to pressure them until they gave him tax abatements for like 15 years on his properties, so that he never had to pay taxes. And so he'd get more money in his pocket. This is how Trump has always done business, but now he's doing it to the American people. It's
not
crazy.
for long. Not for long.
Everywhere
we say that.
Trump-
We've been saying that for
Trump-
3.5 years.
Wherever he lives on earth, everyone hates him.
He will find a loophole. If there is a loophole in a tiny little corner amongst a haystack of stuff, he will find it. He will find that little loophole and he will use it to his advantage. That is where he's like an idiot savant when it comes to that. Like he is a mastermind when it comes to being a con man. That's it. That's all he's got going for him. And he has conned this country. And he is continuing to con this country.
But the curtain is so pulled back now. I mean, with COVID, this COVID moment.
But his supporters don't care. That's the problem. They don't care. Everything is fake. Everything is a setup. He's perfect. He's a billionaire. As far as they're concerned, he's an absolute billionaire. They don't understand finances at all. They don't know how to read half of the damn people.
Well, that's
the only thing that Hillary Clinton said that pissed me off was when she said half of his supporters are deplorables. Hillary, you're wrong. About 95% of them, I think, probably are.
I did a post as soon as I read about him cutting back the funding, and my biggest point, which I think I actually mentioned here a couple of weeks ago, was before it all even conceivably was in the air. But I feel like mothers who have kids who are not going to be able, who are his supporters as well, but who maybe were undecideds, that will know that they're going to not be able to potentially feed their children, have money to get gas to take them to wherever, to the basic simple things. I said in my post, to those mothers, that means that your children, you love him more than your children. And when a mother is making a decision like that, and her kids come second, those people are going to dwindle. I believe that mothers are going to be the ones that put this over at the end of the day. And if he continues on this path, it's like, go right ahead, girl. Keep going.
Don't forget about Jonestown. A lot of parents gave their kids the Kool-Aid to drink. Don't forget about Jonestown.
It's similar like that. I think, something I've been doing over the years is kind of just piecing things together, right? And I came across this. I mean, I kind of like, I don't know. I was a little high the other day. I was smoking a joint, and I came across this. I came across this. I know, right? And I came across this theory where I'm like, wait a minute, this makes total sense. Like, it could be that Donald Trump. You know, what is like one of the first rules in the art of the deal? You know, negotiations. Ask for more than you expect to receive. Right.
Right.
Where do you think he's going with this? He's going to keep asking for more and more and more and more and more, and all he cares about are the people that support him blindly. That's it.
Yes.
And all he has to do is say that they support him. All he has to do is say he cares. You know what he's trying to do? It's more than it's more than Putin dictatorship. You know, it's more than, you know, Xi Jinping cult of personality stuff. Like I said, I mean, it might have been the weed talking. I don't know, but like, I would not be surprised at all if he's doing this, if he's misleading the public on everything intentionally, allowing these people to die, 200,000 people, 211,000. Where do you think most of those people are? It's the inner cities. It's the old people homes, right? People that can't afford to get away from places, AKA not his voters for the most part.
Right.
He's trying to stack all the odds in his favor, getting Supreme Court to 6-3 conservative, right? So he could maybe he can uplift the term limits. I think he's going for an empire, personally, and that might be a little bit of a half-baked pipe dream. But I mean,
I don't know about you guys, but on a lot of my videos, I get Trump 2024. They've already said that they're going to vote for Ivanka or Donald Jr., which goes to show you that these are not patriots. These are not Americans.
They're nationalists.
These are nationalists that have already decided.
They're not even nationalists. They're empire builders.
Years from now, they already know where their vote's going in 4 years without a single damn plan. And where the hell is Trump's damn health care plan 4 damn years later?
Well, not even that, but like, not even that. But you talk about like the Proud Boys and stuff. Like, yeah, you know why he doesn't denounce white supremacy of the Proud Boys? He might not be a white supremacist, but they support him.
Of course.
So he's not going to denounce anybody that supports him, no matter what.
Well, you know, and that actually, this is a good.
What do I call them? What do I call them?
This is a good parlay into something else
Trumpers.
I was going to
It
say.
doesn't even matter.
What do you guys think about the Jonathan Price deal? My camera.
Horrible.
I feel a lot. So. If you guys didn't hear, with all the extra stuff going on, there was a guy, Jonathan Price, who got in the middle of a domestic dispute. And basically, the cops show up. They end up tasing the black guy, and then he starts convulsing on the ground, and that freaks out one of the guys, and he ends up shooting him in the back, and he dies. So that happened a few days ago, and of course, it wasn't on most of the media sites because of everything Trump's doing. So when we talk about the Proud Boys and white supremacy and all this stuff, we really have to talk about the police brutality and the murders that are going on right now. That guy. This is another black man that should not have died. I don't know what happened to my camera.
The taxes, Melania tapes, everything, because everything gets dominated by Trump. Everything.
Yeah, he got accused of murder, though. That's the good news. Like, right
they
away.
did get the guy and arrested him for murder, but still, it's like doesn't bring the guy back.
Well, at least they're working a little faster towards quasi-justice.
I'll give you that. Yeah.
You guys, there was a clip I wanted to play in 2015. Boris Johnson said some really negative things about Donald Trump, and I wanted to bring this to light because it actually is so true. Like, I just got to play the clip because you guys wouldn't believe it. It was in 2015 before Trump was president. If Boris Johnson knew that Trump was going to be president, he would not be saying this kind of bad stuff about Trump. He thought it was a joke. But here's Boris Johnson right here.
I think Donald Trump is clearly out of his mind. If you think that's a sensible way to proceed, you can't ban people going to the United States in that way, or indeed to any country. And what he's doing is playing the game of the terrorists and those who seek to divide us. That is exactly the kind of reaction they hope to produce. And I have to say, when Donald Trump says that there are parts of London that are no-go areas, I think he's betraying a quite stupefying ignorance that makes him, frankly, unfit to hold the office of President of the United States. I would invite him to come and see the whole of London and take him round the city, except that I wouldn't want to expose Londoners to any unnecessary risk of meeting Donald Trump.
Do you think he shouldn't be allowed in the country?
Well, I think it's a free country and you can't stop people unless he's guilty of some criminal offence. I don't know quite how you'd stop him coming to this country. If he wanted to come to this city, we would make every effort to show him the city and show him that he's talking complete nonsense.
Anyways, Trump, he runs his mouth about stuff that he doesn't even know about, just like he does now. He said bad things about London, which London is a relatively safe city. They do have some stabbings that happen, but it's the same as New York or even Chicago.
I thought that, like, Boris, I thought like one fascist would sort of say, hey, you know, I mean, Boris is a fascist piece of trash, so you think he'd love him, you know? I mean, that's such a shame. Even Boris, he's too fascist for Boris, which is, you know, saying a lot. It's like Erdogan being like, you know.
That was in 2015, so it was way before he became president. But still, it shows you Donald Trump's character always has not been so good. I mean, he's out of his mind.
Why? So there have been many people that are that are in the spotlight all of the time. That in the past just said what a piece of crap he is, and how very self-centered and self-serving he is. And now all these people like Kayleigh McEnemy, or whatever her last name is, I be able to pronounce it.
Fall in line.
Yes, her. There are several people that are just now they're so far up his hiney that it's like, what happened? Why all of a sudden are they on board with this guy? I don't understand it. Like there are so many people like that. Many Republicans that despised him that now are, you know, supporting him, and they're throwing all of their support at him. And I know it has to do with their own reelection or their own status because he is the president. But it is, I think it goes deeper than that. And maybe that's a conspiracy, but I think it goes deeper than that.
Republicans always fall in line. Always. They always fall in line. Democrats do not. We vote with our hearts. They vote with their heads. They've had their eye on the Supreme Court now for more than 20 years. They kept their eye on the prize, and they got it. They did. Because they fall in line. We don't. And all I can say is right now, if everyone who supports Bernie, if the Yang Gang, if the Warren people, if the Klobuchar people, if the Mayor Pete people, and the Biden people, if we all come together, they have no shot in hell. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Which means down ballot voting and no third parties.
I deleted any third party candidate's name off my phone like that.
So there's another topic I want to bring up that's been up. It's my thing of like there's no counter message to this Republican talking point. It's called where they say that the cities are on fire and they're all liberal run.
Yes.
So, you know, we need to get the Democrats out of there. That message has been spun around. It's been allowed to proliferate. There's absolutely no counter message to it. And they make it seem like, you know, like I live in New York. They make it seem like it's totally on fire and it's because of the liberals and we defunded the police. And, you know, I through investigation, I've figured out, you know, what's wrong is in New York. I've spoken with women like single mothers and that are in homeless shelters. As to why the rise in homelessness, what happened, and you know, like there's been an explanation, but the press hasn't covered that at all. The supposed liberal media hasn't said a goddamn thing. And
they want Trump to win. Make no mistake of it.
100%.
Anyone that thinks that the liberal media is against Donald Trump, you are gosh darn crazy. CNN, MSNBC, the New York Times, Trump is big ratings. He is big bucks. He is big for advertisers. They want him. We cannot rely on the media to try and help us get rid of Donald Trump. We, the people, need to do it. Trust me. They want him to win. They give him billions of dollars of free advertising every year. Every year. Billions, exactly. Nikki, follow me. I love you.
Jeff Zucker is a Republican anyway, so he's the first culprit that started this in 2015. So, you know, we have to use our social media community. Because I think, as far as I see it, the young people and the people that you were pointing out in terms of the various supporters of the other candidates will band together. And I believe the young people are going to show up. I mean, I would hate to think that I'm watching all these young kids who are talking about voting and are so smart about certain issues that I've never heard people talk about. That I just believe they're going to treat this like a rock concert, and they are going to stay there for as many hours to get that ticket and do it on that day. I just am hopeful as hell.
So do you remember when Obama in 2008, like the voting was insane. The people that came out to vote for him was amazing, and he did wonderfully. I honestly think that now with everything that is going on, the Democrats, now we have Republicans on our side as well.
Yes.
Or the Lincoln Project.
I honestly think that this is going to be bigger than 2008 by far.
Definitely.
Oh, please.
So set up, and they are going like do whatever they can to get their votes in. People that have never voted in their lives have contacted me, said they have never voted in their entire life. They are registered and they're ready to go to vote against this guy because they know that this is good versus evil. Our whole country is at stake at this point. I don't understand how people don't see this.
Don't take any of it for granted, though.
I've been volunteering for Amy McGrath and making calls for Amy McGrath.
I love her.
It's unbelievable how many people that I'm getting through on the phone that say, I'd see hell freeze over before I vote for Mitch McConnell again. I've seen him for 25 years. It's so heartwarming. I think if you want to have fun, go do a session.
Yes. Right. Make calls. JoeBiden.com. Volunteer. Make calls and send text for Joe Biden.
Even more important, guys. Really quick, if you don't mind, Walter. What's even more important, just to put it in perspective, is as energized as we're working on getting this base to get these kids out and vote, and whoever else to get out and vote and take him out of office, Trump and Fox News and everybody else is doing that exact same thing. Yep. I come from a small town. I'm originally from a small town in Michigan. Okay, I haven't lived there in half my life. I'm reformed. I love it there. Don't get me wrong. Hi, everybody, if you're there. But I've got plenty of diehard Republican fans that are both classmates of mine, as well as the older people, the parents, and that level of that generation that have dug their heels in, probably if not as much for Trump as the anti-Trumpers have been, or if not, then more. They're like I've had people tell me that if Trump loses this election, America as we know it is over, and our society is over. No more capitalism, no more free markets. It's a socialist country. The whole 1950s, we lost, right? Like that's how they look at this. And so as important as it is to get people out and energized to vote, on the other side of that, you got to keep it's even more important when you keep that in perspective.
Yes. And they're knocking on doors. Remember, Joe Biden's campaign has said we cannot knock on doors. Trump has said they knock on like 1 million doors a week. Of course, they're always full of crap. But remember, we all have got to do the work every day from now until November 3rd to dump Trump. We cannot take any of it for granted because we did that in 2016, and look what happened.
Okay, I'll see that.
So I've got another clip of Trump, the more recent clip I've got. I wanted to play it for you guys really fast. I mean, it's just hilarious.
I just ate dinner though.
I need to sign off now. I need to go sign off. But I love all of you. All of you can if we're not following each other, just let me know. DM me on Instagram. And
Walter, you're not following me.
You don't follow me, Walter, and I live 12 miles away from you.
Then direct DM me, and we will rectify this immediately. This is a travesty, and it shall not stand. Yes.
Walter, I'm going to play your clip maybe at the end of this, the Black Lives Matter clip, because it's just so awesome. But I wanted you to just talk about your channel and your YouTube channel because we want people to follow your YouTube channel also.
Oh, he's a big star. They all know him already.
I'm furiously trying to edit my Trump rally footage, and I will be putting it on my YouTube channel. It's called Walter Masterson. Some footage. I have a lot of footage. I dress up like a Trump supporter. and I went to and
I couldn't do it.
I interviewed people at the rally, and it was amazing. I mean, it was illuminating. Like I sitting there being like, wow, if I didn't know, if I wasn't like I had a foundation, it'd be, it's very enchanting. You're at these rallies, you're like, there's no respect to accuracy or anything like that. This stuff, the head of the police commission, the police union, got up there and said that the only people protesting for Black Lives Matter are white people. And I'm like, police are at every protest. They definitely know this. Yeah, well, like stuff like that. It was, you would think, you would just, if I was just there, as a fresh eye, I would think, like, oh, I mean, it was a lot to sit through. But I do this a lot. I make sketches. I do characters, and I punk people in person.
Walter, where was that thing? Was that in either Long Island or Staten Island?
Staten Island. It was on the
It's got to be one of those trash islands.
South Staten Island, South Shore.
Of course.
It was. I felt like I was in just. I was like, wow, this is New York City. I'm actually still in New York City, but I'm also like, yeah, it was wild.
Don't forget, Staten Island was built on a former dump. I'm just putting it out there. Toxic dump. Just putting it out there.
But you know what? God bless Staten Island, because you know what? They know their civic duty. They're unified. They have community. In terms of like political activity, like they get together and get it popping. You know what? So when those people win and Staten Island, they deserve it, because I'm like, when I see how they operate in terms of community outreach and stuff, they know what they're doing. They're savvy in that. So, I don't agree with literally anything that they said, except when they bashed de Blasio. I was like, I get on with that. But I mean, the rest of it, I was like, y'all got some unity up in here. Like, damn, like God bless you. God bless your hearts. And they made it seem like
it's a lot of union. It's a lot of union people.
And they talked about the working man. This is capitalism is good for the working man. If it's good for labor. And if you're against that, you're against the working man.
It's still trickling down from the Reagan years, folks.
Right.
Keep waiting. It's still coming, folks.
Yeah, no, it's totally coming. Oh, absolutely. I've worked there. I've been in rallies there. I used to work in Staten Island, so like, I know how they get. I know how they roll. So I see it. I'm a New Yorker. So, anyway, thank you all, and
have a good night.
I'm gonna go do me. DM me on Instagram if I'm not following you. Cheers, John.
Good night, Walter. Thank you so much.
Good night, Walter.
They play a dirty game, and Democrats, we always take the high road. And I'll be honest, the high road has gotten us in the gutter at this point. Democrats need to learn to mobilize the way that Republicans do. And I'm glad that Walter said what he said at the end there, because Republicans mobilize, and Democrats, we have a few weeks left to mobilize as much as we can, the same way that they do. And damn the high road, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, but the thing is, we are just to stick up for ourselves. First of all, the Women's March was beyond successful. Indivisible is beyond successful, and the Black Lives Matter crew are great. So if what we're missing is someone to bring those three people together, so that on November 3rd, rather than have a Women's March or a Black Lives Matter march or a gay liberation march, we are all marching to the ballot box.
Yes,
that's
agreed.
the idea. March to the ballot box. I've been screaming this since February. I've done public service announcement for voting rights companies, and I've been screaming, I'm not important enough to get that message as wide out as possible.
We need more Biden
we're there, we're just not connecting with one another.
Yeah.
It's not impossible. It isn't. And I think there's plenty of time. And I think the heat's going to start. The heat is really turned up, because he's infecting every friggin' human being between now and November 3rd.
Well, I honestly think that at this point, people that are voting for Trump, there's no swaying their vote.
Yes.
Not at all. People that are voting for Biden, there's no swaying their vote at this point either. The people in the middle, I really think there are very few. I think this really is a black and white situation. And, you know, I think that maybe in 2016, there was that Republican silent majority that voted for Trump, that we were like, holy crap. I don't know if you guys woke up in the morning, you're like, why is the country all red, like on the map? I was one of those people. Now, I honestly think that the Democrats will be that silent majority. And I think I'm praying to God that we are, because it's very scary times, but I can't see it. I mean, Ryan, so the platforms I'm on, I'm pretty big on TikTok. I have a lot of people reach out to me through TikTok and through Instagram, and so many people have come to me and say that they voted for Trump in 2016, and there is a snowball's chance in HELL that they are going to vote for him this year. So I really think there's hope there, and I think that a lot of people are just riding out the storm, because they're seeing how kind of violent this extreme right is right now. That's why I cannot put a Biden. I don't feel like I can put a Biden thing in my yard, because I am afraid of being attacked where I live. I think a lot of people feel that way. So we're just not seeing them, but they are there and they're ready to come in force. They're like ready to go.
The first time I wore this shirt in public, I swear to God, I went to Washington, D.C. to pay my respects to RBG, and I wore this shirt, okay? But I had my jacket zipped because it was cold as HE double hockey sticks. But when I was driving home, I swear to God, when I was driving home, I stopped at a gas station in Maryland, and my jacket was unzipped because I was in the car. The minute I got out of my car to walk into a store, I heard someone say, Trump 2020, you know? And I swear, I looked around and I saw this guy in his car, and I walked over because I'm very, if you haven't noticed, I'm a little loud, and I'm very confrontational. So I walked over to him. I said, say it a little louder so I can hear you next time, because you're going down. But anyway, Nicole, I get where you're coming from. This bullying is insane. They will, if you have a bumper sticker, if you have a yard sign, they will come for you. And so, like you said, I am hoping that Democrats are the silent majority. But real quick, just to reiterate, no matter what people tell you online, no matter what the polls tell you, Republicans, they want you to forget how they bragged in 2016. They lied to pollsters. So again, please, everyone, just remember, no matter how sick of this, you know what we are, don't take any of it for granted. We've got to do the work every day from now until November 3rd. We have to crush him and keep this out of the courts. If this goes to the courts, it's going to be Al Gore all over again.
Yeah.
And you know what's happened? You know what's happened to that silent majority on the conservative side, right? They've been silent about their racism. They've been silent about their sexism and their xenophobia and everything else. And Trump's brought that out. So he destroyed that silent majority, but now they're vocal and obnoxious. And that's what's, that in itself is what's tearing the country apart. They are who they have been. Yes, they are who they have been this whole time. You know, and
Domenick,
it's not going anywhere. No, go ahead.
No, I agree with you. Go ahead, Dom.
No, you're good. You're good. No, I was just going to say that they crawled out from under the rock that they came from. They breathed air, and they gave them, time to breathe and come out. And now it's hard to get rid of them. And they're not going to stop until we get Trump out of office and they can go back underneath the rocks they crawled out of.
When Obama won,
and everybody needs to go out and vote. Go ahead, Liv.
No, I'm sorry.
I said everybody just needs to go out and vote and just take care of it. It's enough is enough. I mean, it's been like the hardest year. 2020 has been like the hardest year for everyone, and these last 4 years have been hell. So it's just time for everybody to get out and vote. And I tell everybody, don't trust the polls. Don't look at the polls. Never pay attention to the polls. Just go out and vote and do what you need to do. When you go vote, don't dress up in Biden shirts and stuff. Just go there, vote, and go home and call it a day. Don't put yourself out there to be a target. to call with you or your family. Just do the right thing, and we'll get through this.
I think the whole idea of an undecided is very foreign to me at this point. When they refer to the undecided, to me, the only thing they're undecided about is how much of a racist they are. They can't quite decide on which side of the racist fence they're going to fall. But that's really, sadly, so true. Because if by now you don't feel for Black Lives Matter, and if for now you don't feel like what the immigrants must be going through, and if for now you don't feel like what it's like for the dreamers, then you're just not decided on how much of a racist you're willing to be and admit to your neighbors. So those people are undecided, because talk about hiding in the shadows. These undecided people, to me, are almost as scary as the ones that are all the way far right, because they're so conflicted about one of the most primal things about being a good human being. I mean, that's what's lost in this whole 4 years. We've lost our dignity and we've lost our sense of fellowship.
Well, as a suburban white woman, straight, whatever, I am supposedly the epitome of a Republican, and I have never been a Republican. So, to me, it blows my mind how many white women, are voting for this man. Like, it makes zero sense to me.
Zero.
I don't understand it. Maybe because I've always
The Bible.
been. Well, yeah.
The Bible.
But,
a lot of women in this country think that they are subservient to men. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I mean, you're absolutely right, and that is, I guess that is. But But here's the question: how many women say that they are going to vote for this guy to appease their husband, and then they go and vote for either the independent or Biden? That's the funny part. Like, I really hope if you girls are listening to me, go vote for Biden.
I always
you want
tell
to get back at your husband?
Exactly.
Don't cheat on him, for crying out loud. Go vote for Biden.
Cancel out his vote. That's right.
There's always going to be a percentage of women who like getting their pussy grabbed, and they're going to vote for him. That's not a curse. That's not a curse. Does anybody have a cat? Does anybody have a cat?
Not Andy.
That was my cat. Sorry, let me grab it. Hold on.
Look at that video you did.
No,
I've got another video to show you guys about Trump. I'm sure you guys have already seen it, but I just wanted to get your guys' reaction from it because it's just amazing. I mean, Trump. Okay, I'm just gonna play the video. There's no talking. Okay.
I just left Walter Reed Medical Center, and it's really something very special. The doctors, the nurses, the first responders, and I learned so much about coronavirus. And one thing that's for certain, don't let it dominate you. Don't be afraid of it. You're going to beat it. We have the best medical equipment. We have the best medicines, all developed recently. And you're going to beat it. I didn't feel so good. And 2 days ago, I could have left 2 days ago. 2 days ago, I felt great, like better than I have in a long time. I said just recently, better than 20 years ago.
No, he's doing a video.
Don't let it dominate. Don't let it take over your lives. Don't let that happen. We have the greatest country in the world. We're going back to work. We're going to be out front. As your leader, I had to do that. I knew there's danger to it, but I had to do it. I stood out front. I led. Nobody that's a leader would not do what I did. And I know there's a risk, there's a danger, but that's okay. And now I'm better, and maybe I'm immune. I don't know. But don't let it dominate your lives. Get out there. Be careful. We have the best medicines in the world, and it all happened very shortly, and they're all getting approved, and the vaccines are coming momentarily. Thank you very much. And Walter Reed, what a group of people. Thank you very much.
Yikes.
You sure I can't swear?
Can I
want to right now.
Can I quickly interject one thing real quick about undecided voters real quick? Because you know me, I don't like to interrupt. But
I just wanted people to get an idea of what's going on.
There are, in my mind, there are a lot of undecided voters, and there are still people that wait for the debate out there for granted. And that's all I want to say. For us, social politics means a lot. For a lot of Americans, unfortunately, it doesn't. So we consider and ask ourselves over and over and over again, how do they not care about Black Lives Matter? How do they not care? They just don't. I mean, unfortunately, for a lot of people in this country, those things mean nothing to them. So they do wait for the debate. So I don't want to take any voter for granted, and I want every independent out there to listen with their ears and watch the behavior of both sides and listen to Joe Biden speak and realize that his plans work for every American. And it's not just about social policies. It's about unions. It's about the economy. La, 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 la. Go on to somebody else.
Can I say something to Ryan? Ryan, you brought up before about Black Lives Matter and the whole thing with Jonathan Price. Mm-hmm. The sad thing is, the minute it happened, it came in on my feed, and I posted on it, and I got thousands of comments, and views and stuff. The other day I think it was today when they, found him guilty, I got like a 10th of the notices. So it's kind of like Trump is taking away even the power of the amazing Black Lives Matter moment.
Yep.
So these next weeks, it's critical to ignore the media because they are screwing with us. They are.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're following the story, right?
Yep.
And so they're doing their job, and Trump knows exactly what they're going to do. And unfortunately, it's the one time you'll hear me say he's not an idiot in terms of how to play the media and spin it in his favor.
Genius.
Yeah, that's what he's built his entire freaking career off of.
He's Hollywood.
Yeah.
Hollywood.
So I mean, that's all the last few days have been. And when like the video that Bert just played, I mean, that whole video, while to me, it's kind of scary because he's basically he's looking at the whole American people and saying, look, guys, don't be scared of this, which is going to have the anti-maskers being like, oh, great, I don't have to wear my mask because Trump's fine. He's saying don't be scared of it. So I'm going to go do all my stuff as normal. Like the president of the United States just told the American people, don't be cowards or whatever, and go out and live your life. Look, and when you're a leader and you're strong like me, and you do what I did, it's such exactly.
Yeah.
Except what he
guys walk around with bodyguards forever as a real macho tough guy.
Did you all see my post today? Did you see my post today? I know Ryan did about that exact thing. Oh crap! I forgot my thought. Oh God!
Yes, it happens at least.
I'm like wanting to talk and say what. No, what was it? What was it, Ryan? It was about no, just move on to somebody else.
No, I just want to say that what Trump is doing, Trump is trying to prove to everybody that this whole, what they did in Sweden, where they just kind of let it all kind of be this herd immunity. Okay, he's single-handedly trying to prove that. But in hindsight, now they've done the numbers. In hindsight, Sweden has the highest death rate in all of Scandinavia. And the equivalent, they have the same number of people in the state of North Carolina. And they've lost 6,600 people in Sweden, whereas North Carolina only lost about 600 or 700. So that's what he's playing with now. He's playing with herd immunity, where a lot of these people believe that that's the way to go. But the numbers have just come in the past week, and it's not going to be in our favor because we have millions of people that are going to be affected by that.
But do you remember what we talked about on Friday, Abe? I mean, we literally talked about this and I think Bert asked, do we think that Trump could win? And, I was the one that was like, absolutely, he could still win. And not only that, we needed to start looking at how he could spin what was happening in a positive way for him. And what did he do? He came out and did that tweet that everybody lost their mind over, and it was exactly what we said it was going to be. And then he did that video. He did the little parade around Walter Reed. I mean, this is crazy, and they're eating it up. Let's not forget that or overlook it. The people are eating this up.
Energizing his base.
They're energized, and it's weeks before the election. Absolutely. Like we've been saying, we need to get out. We need to mobilize. We need to get this guy.
We need a march to the ballot box. I just wish we would have new people in the indivisible group.
And all the young kids.
Some people here. Let's also remember, and if you didn't notice, that the Supreme Court is basically going to be revisiting gay marriage now.
Yep.
So
Clarence Thomas. Yeah. Everything that should be talked about right now is not getting talked about because that orange blob manipulates the news. And they fall for it hook, line, and sinker constantly. Yes, Clarence Thomas and who was it? Alito came out saying, well, we need to revisit gay marriage in this country. Everyone needs to get off their double cast signs and get their crap together. And I get a lot of young people on my TikTok that say to me, well, I can't vote. What do I do? You have a mouth. You have a voice. Use it.
Tell your parents, tell your teachers, tell your church people, whatever other communities you may be involved
Use
in.
it.
Kids.
Do what Trump does.
Doesn't matter if
Use
they're parents.
your voice as loud as Trump does.
But
That's what we need to do.
One thing
Bully the bullies.
You know, but I do want to point one thing out because we have a small problem that plays off of that, which is I have the ability that I work for myself, so I can come out here and pretty much say whatever I want. You know, but there are a lot of people that really can't come out and do that. They can support us because we think the same way or whatever, but they can't themselves come out and be like, Trump's a bastard because guess what? My boss who owns my company and signs my checks is a freaking Trump supporter.
Right.
So it's like, but Trump supporters are free to come out and say whatever they want because no Democrats really, you know, what is it? Take it out on them. But man, you let it change.
We need to change that.
Well, we don't have the reputation of being wusses for nothing. I mean, you know,
Lord is like, I love it.
And we do. We need to fix that, you know. And the more Nikki and I were talking about that today with what we're doing, you know, we don't want it. We don't want to tame that anger because that's what you know, everybody here has their own niche, right? Everybody has their people that follow them for whatever reason. And for Nikki and I, it's the fact that we get really passionate. And when we get passionate, we drop F-bombs and, you know, we do it in a way that really gets people to at least connect. So now that we are connected, now it's okay. Now what do we do with it? You know, and trying to bridge that message, but also get people involved and get them engaged. Yeah, man,
we drown out the Trumpers. My sister-in-law the other day said to me, you know, I'm really worried because I see all this enthusiasm for Donald Trump. We need to point out that a lot of these trolls, and now, again, take every one of them seriously because if we do that from now till November 3rd, it'll help us in the long run. But at the same time, remember, a lot of these people are Russian trolls. There just was a story that, what's his name, Charlie Kemp was paying little kids to go around and troll on TikTok. So we have to remind a lot of Democrats who feel defeated already that a lot of that is bull honky tonk.
And to touch on that, and I've got the screenshot. Anybody wants it, private message me. But I was on TikTok, and they put the dumb Trump 2020, and my response was, "How much did you get paid for that?" And the guy says, "Not enough."
Not exactly. They sell their soul for $5 a day. They sell their souls for this crap.
The guy was like, "Not enough, man."
We already know that there is a huge difference between, you know, Biden and Trump, more so than any other president that has ever run against each other. This is like a Trumplican, not even a Republican, obviously not a Democrat. This is a whole nother party, in my opinion. So here's the thing. I think this is the thing that Biden has going for his campaign is a lot of people were up in arms about him not going after Trump while Trump was down with COVID or whatever. But that's the thing is that he needs to present himself as the father of the country, the savior of the country, the mind of the country, the empathy of the country, all of these things that have been missing for the last 4 years. And I think that's really important because if he took the low road, it wouldn't be good. And he's not that.
He can. If he wins, it's because of his dignity. And if he wins, it's because of his dignity that kind of put those people that went and voted for Trump, like those suburban mothers that you just don't understand, but they were trying something else. I think his dignity is going to carry us through. And I think our anger is going to be what motivates the numbers.
I really do as well. I think
that's
his campaign is being run wonderfully.
That's the equation.
And with that being said, we're getting close to our time. Is there anything that you guys want to talk about? Anything else?
I just had one more video kind of, and then there's one nurse that was going to come on, but maybe she's not able to come on today. So maybe on Friday she'll be coming on. But I just think that it's so hypocritical that he thinks that Blue Lives Matter, like Mr. Trump thinks that Blue Lives Matter, but he wanted to parade around in his car with the Secret Service, which is a blue life. I mean, they're kind of like their job is to protect the president with their lives. So if he thinks that Blue Lives Matter, why did he have them get in the car? There's 2 people in the car or 3 people in the car protecting him. They don't care about nobody. He wasn't even wearing a proper mask.
The
only thing he cares about is people that protect
smell that must come off of that man is just unbearable.
That question answers itself. He doesn't care. He is on the side of if he starts a war, he wants the police on his side.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
and he
exactly.
won't get hurt. He will not be on the on the front lines too.
Nope.
Just remember that. All these Trumpers that come to my page and tell me there's going to be a civil war, we're going to get you. Yeah, remember, Donnie's going to be behind his fat ass in his bunker.
Because he's the emperor.
Even walk through a bunch of protesters. He had to send a freaking SWAT team out there to
exactly.
him before you go across the street for a picture.
He's like, hey, everybody, take care of my light work.
Yeah.
Freaking one-man clown car over here.
Look, guys.
Do you see it? Yes.
And he held it upside down.
Yeah,
damn fool.
Oh, did you? You're holding that upside down. I'm like, it's also backwards because of your camera.
I have one thing I want to add before we go, which is that my fear is that his getting COVID was not the actual October surprise.
Correct.
And I feel like we even more intensely needs to start really getting our ducks in a row. Because when the shitstorm, when the fan turns, whatever, as the world turns, I really feel like what happened was when Comey came out against her. What was that on the 28th of October?
The emails, right?
That whole thing at the ippy end when he came back and made that press conference, something like that. Whether it's one of those fake war that he starts in Iran. I mean, we need to be prepared for those kinds of moments because
I have a guess. I think William Barr, and I could be wrong, and I think that if this is their October surprise, I think it's going to be a losing one. I think they're going to try. William Barr is going to open some bull crap investigation into Hunter Biden the way Comey did into Hillary. And by the way, Comey, you didn't get the job, loser. I mean, no, all these people like Chrissy, they sold their soul to this POS, and they all got thrown under the bus. So, William Barr, if that's what you're going to do, buddy, bring it.
That's what he signed up for, though.
They all signed up.
That's what he signed up for. But I don't even think it's. I don't even
up to work with Trump is an idiot, and you deserve to get thrown under the bus.
I don't think there's going to be a Hunter Biden investigation though to like be the October surprise. I mean, I'm not really sure what it's going to be yet, but I can't. Maybe it's pushing the Senate. Maybe it's going to be the security court nomination. They're just going to push it right through. Boom.
I am very curious to see
6-3 conservative.
With politics aside, I am curious to see how this COVID thing plays out, honestly, because some of these people that are getting it now, I mean, I think Bill Barr has it. Who was it? Rudy Giuliani said that he had it.
Yep.
That man, okay. And then Rudy was coughing like a crazy person during an interview. Old, fat, just old fat men,
white.
They're like seriously, they're all coming down with it. I mean,
my sister thinks
the prayers have worked. The prayers of Donald Trump have been working, and the Rona is leaving Donald Trump's body, and the Rona is going to all the other Republicans.
Well, he said it was going to go away like a miracle. He said it's going to go away like a miracle. So one day his whole administration will be gone.
Republicans. Yep,
his whole administration.
They all got it.
He is high as a kite on those medications. He looked so high when he was standing on that stage that it's like when I used to be a drug addict, he looked high, the kind of high that I wanted to smoke a cigarette.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was that moment high when I was like, oh, this cigarette is so delicious.
I wondered why he was feeling better, and then I saw that my kids had pulled the needles out of his voodoo doll.
I'll have to put those back in tonight.
Oh my god!
Like literally, he was saying how he felt like better than ever, and he was probably on like a lot of different drugs.
I felt better than 20 years. I feel like I'm 54. I'm 54, Jerry.
And then he gets up.
Let's play some Pac-Mac.
He was high in
Big Mac.
He walked up the steps.
Pac-Man and Big Macs all around. Let's go.
He walked up the steps and he's like,
that's why he did the drive-by. I heard because you wanted to go to the drive-thru to get another Big Mac.
That was an
Dude, I would have died if they got video of him going through the drive-thru at McDonald's. I would have died. I would have freaking died.
All the way back to the White House.
Carrying the bags back into Walter Reed.
Oh my god!
That's actually a good video for somebody to do.
Shoving a Big Mac into his IV or something.
Oh my god!
Trump stays in the nicest hospital in the United States in a penthouse with like 8 different rooms, which is only for the president.
3 days.
Yeah, and he orders McDonald's.
Of course.
I mean, like literally, like he could have anything he wants, but he's gonna get McDonald's because that's what little baby Trump wants. He needs his Happy Meal.
Donald, what do you want your last meal to be?
How is he even alive?
I'd like it to be a Big Mac, large fries, and a Diet Coke. Man, do you really think you need a Diet Coke at that point?
The Diet Coke really offsets all the calories.
Yeah, it really offsets everything, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a Big Mac, well done, wrapped in Kentucky Fried Chicken.
And a Diet Coke.
We're all
Just
going
have
to,
the damn
we're all
sugar.
going to, you know
That's
where.
right.
I have a logistical question. Nikki, I've been following you even before I was invited on this, but your stuff never comes in my feed. Is there any way, what do I need to do?
I don't know. I honestly think TikTok's blocking my ass.
I
sorry.
agree.
I think
I agree
TikTok
too.
has been messing with my algorithm.
Yes.
So my views take time. Like I don't know what they're doing to me because I grew so big and then all of a sudden it just like I got blocked twice, and I think they are
mass reporting.
That's China.
That's what it is. Mass
That's
reporting
China.
from Republicans. It happens to me
Yep.
too, and I only have 30,000. They mass
Oh yeah,
report.
it's insane how many. Like I'm sorry that's happening, Abe. I have been getting that from a lot of people. I'll get people that are like, I have not seen you in my feed in like 2 weeks. Where have you been? I'm like, I've been here. Like they have their eyes on me. I'm almost, what am I? I'm at like 456, almost 457,000 followers.
So I'll search you and start liking. If it's
Well, I
not
wanted to
coming in,
ask you,
maybe
Nikki.
that'll change.
Nikki, you put out a video saying that you thought you might get taken off of TikTok. Why is that? How many violations do you have?
Well, they were hitting me up. Like it seemed like every one of my WTFI, WWIs every single one was getting just taken down. It was like
Instantly.
this new policy. And I'm like, I would have to appeal, and it just became nonsense. So I got blocked twice for 2 weeks, like a week each time. And there have been people that are like, they've only been blocked once, and the next time it happens, they're like, and they've lost their accounts. I'm terrified of that happening to me because I have built a base. So I'm trying to
It's amazing.
go back a little bit, and like that's why you haven't seen this much. I think I'm just going to do that on Instagram now.
What does that actually mean, by the way? Not to cut in.
What the F is wrong with you? It's my whole series.
No, because I mean, WTF, I knew that. No, the I got that. I was like, the silent W gets you every time. I get it.
You gotta go watch. You gotta go watch your videos, bro. You will die.
The takeaway is that
like 54 or 53. What? I'm
the
sorry.
takeaway is that you can be a white supremacist on TikTok. You just can't call them out for being it. That's it. Because you'll be calling them out.
God, I wish that wasn't true.
I've gotten videos removed comparing Hitler to Trump. I've gotten videos completely removed.
Someone told me that my grandparents didn't die in the Holocaust. I called him a Nazi, and I couldn't comment for 24 hours for calling him a Nazi after he talked about my grandparents being a hoax. Bastards.
No, don't call him a Nazi. Call him a Kaiser.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not.
Rightfully so.
Right,
he wants to be an emperor. People are mislabeling him as a dictator, as a genocidal guy.
And dollar signs the I. I'm
Right?
officially not allowed back on Twitter because I had a war with Candace Owens when she was accusing the Jews of causing all the destruction in the city for Black Lives Matter. So I have to like forget that Twitter exists. They
I
don't
see
want,
tons of rabbis
not
at those
allowed.
rallies. Tons.
Man,
So much
just start over.
free speech, right, guys?
Yeah, not for us.
Not
That
for
only
us.
that only applies to white Republicans.
Yeah.
So just be careful on there. The bigger your platform gets, the more you're going to be watched. Take it from somebody that knows.
Do any of you guys always get, boy, if you love Trump, we'd make you even more famous? I get that all the time.
Never.
No, I never get that.
They
I
tell
don't
me
know if
all
I've
the
ever
time.
gotten that comment.
If you troll Joe Biden, we'll get you 100,000 followers.
Yeah, my intellect
I'd
won't
rather
let me
die.
stoop that low
I'd
for
rather
followers.
die. Exactly. If I see Trumpers follow me, I block them. I don't care about my numbers.
I do
And I
too.
told Food Expert that before. I don't care about my numbers enough to let trash follow me. My grandma
You
used to say, you hang around garbage long enough, sooner or later, you stink.
And I'll tell you what I started doing too. On top of that, sorry, brother.
No
I've started deleting the Trump 2020s from my comments. I don't even leave them on there now.
Definitely.
I don't even leave them.
100%.
Yeah, I take them off, and then they'll be like, "Why are you deleting my comments?" I'm like, "Because I'm not freaking letting you promote Trump on my page."
You want attention from Daddy Donnie.
100%.
You ain't getting it from Daddy Donnie.
Nope,
And you
bless
certainly
you.
sure as hell ain't going to get it from me. Not on my page.
So yeah, guys, if you haven't started doing it, that's what I do. I delete it.
I mean, before you made that point, I was going to sit there and say, look, like, you know, like me personally, like I don't have a lot of Trumper people. I'm not like, I'm kind of middle of. I definitely, I lean liberal. Definitely lean liberal. I was a registered Republican for 10 years. No, I know. I
voted McCain in 2008.
I used to listen. I used to listen to Fox News. I listened to Sean Hannity on the way to work a long time ago. I voted for Romney and McCain. But I believe that President Obama is the best president we have had in our generation by far.
I agree.
Okay?
Yeah.
So even though I voted for the other guy, I you know, that sort of thing.
Happy accident.
Happy accident. I'm so glad, especially when you consider somebody like this.
But remember too that. Oh, sorry.
But now I lost my train of thought. So whatever.
Sorry, never have me on any of your shows. I got a big.
Not on my shows. My shows
is
just go. Yeah. Oh no, I was gonna say about the Trump supporters. I was gonna say, look, like I said, I've got some people close to me that are diehard Trump supporters, and I used to fight and kick and scream and like be like, wow, like hit him in the face with these factoids and all that. But then it wasn't until I started asking them more like higher level questions that are more basic questions, right? And that's when they started to turn. So for me, like, you know, telling everyone to, fuck you, Trump.
Oh no!
Block the Trump people. I'm gonna get banned from this. I'm a Marine. I speak like a Marine. I can't help it. But
I'm from Jersey, and I've been able to contain myself. No excuses.
I knew you were from Jersey. I called it. I heard that accent.
And I was born in the South.
I'm from Jersey.
Oh, okay. I used to live in Hoboken, but whatever. Anyways, yeah, for a little bit.
I
thought
years. I knew you from Grindr.
I was gonna.
I gotta jump off here in a minute.
Anyways, the point that I'm making about this is like, if you block the Trumpers because they're annoying or whatever, one thing, okay. But if you let them follow you and present things in a way that might be something that they can relate to, for example, I know they're watching, so I'm not going to say who they are, but they're very close to me. Diehard Trumpers, Fox News 24/7. I asked them recently. I said, okay, let me ask you this: when it comes up to the election, are you better off today than you were 4 years ago? And they say, well, one of them says yes, and I say, why? Is the economy, and that's the only thing you can provide me with. No, right? Because the retirement fund has gone up, so you can retire, you can live a little bit more comfortable, right? But when I sit there and say, okay, what about everybody else? And they, talking about Black Lives Matter, right? I go, oh, what about everybody else? What about the Black Lives Matter stuff? And they're like, oh, well, they don't have it that bad. I go, oh, okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about progress, right? Making things more equal. Did you grow up with slaves as 60, 70 something year old people? Oh no, hell no. We wouldn't grow up with slaves. No way. Okay. Guess what? Your grandparents probably did. Your grandparents grew up in, my parents' grandparents probably grew up in the early to mid 1800s, right? Well, what about them? Could you imagine growing up in a time like that? Oh, there's no way. There's no way. Why would we ever do like that's terrible? But when you relate it to something like that and say, look, guys, this is an extension of that progress. I've seen some eyes open a little bit. I'm not saying it's the best way to do it or the only way or whatever, but like there are ways to get through to them. And sometimes in order to make America great again, you have to relate to those people 100 years that think America was great 100 years ago and realize what those inequalities were.
My counter argument to that is from now until November 3rd.
Oh, yeah, no, it's not enough time.
Don't waste a damn breath on Trumpers. Don't waste a damn
I wouldn't either.
breath.
Not at this point.
No, we have to get people to march to the ballot box.
Talk to new voters.
March
Don't waste your damn breath on a Trumper. I love you, Bree.
Absolutely
Brian,
right.
I didn't
Brian,
mean to,
yeah.
like try and Brian, whatever. Don't waste your breath from now until November 3rd. We don't have enough time to waste our breath on these
All good.
whats.
All good, and I appreciate you, buddy.
I love you.
Ryan said that he's got to go. Ryan, you got to go?
I do too.
We all got to go. We all got to go.
Okay. So let's try to wrap it up. Let's just wrap it up, and like one by one, we're gonna talk about what we do and what our media platform is and what kind of style we go about. And so like let's just do the wrap up kind of thing. We'll save the video that I have for next Friday, this upcoming Friday. So anyways, let's start off with Domenick. Let's talk about your channel and what you do, and then we'll move on down, and then I'll go last, and then we'll say bye.
Oh God.
Hey guys, thank you. So basically, I'm on TikTok. I have I just started YouTube. I try to spread positivity, try to be there for people, and listen to what people are going through and give them a place to come in my lives at night from 10:30 to 12:30, and just try to get people to understand that getting Trump out of office is the number one thing that we need to do right now to go to a positive future. And that's what I from 10:30 to 12:30 East Coast time. People come in. We basically keep all the Trump supporters out. I have like 6 moderators that basically, if you don't have if you say Trump 2020 or whatever, they get taken out, and it gives people a place that they can come to and talk and, just get their message out there. And I have turned quite a few Trump supporters over to voting for Biden. So there is hope. I mean, I don't think there's much hope now because we're so close. But I've had a lot of people open up their eyes and they're like, you know what, you're right. And I'm voting Democrat this year because of you. And anyone I can get to is awesome. So, and there's quite a few out there. So, and
awesome.
So that's pretty much it.
And then we've got Ryan. Do you want to talk about yourself, Ryan?
Yeah,
and
real quick.
Your media and your Twitter and everything.
Yep. I'm Ryan Shead, and I have my Twitter account and TikTok, those are my 2 biggest accounts, and it focuses mainly on politics and myself. On top of it, my friend Nikki here and we're going to be starting our own podcast, so I'm actually pretty excited about that. So you guys will have to check in. We will, however, be swearing and cursing and probably doing other things.
Yay!
Can I be on?
Yes. We will. We will be having fun and it'll be good, and we'll have everybody here on too. So come follow us. We love you guys. I love being able to interact with you guys and all that. So we'll see you guys on Friday.
And then we got NIKKINOO. NIKKINOO.
Yeah, so I have a couple different platforms, TikTok being my largest, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Ryan, my friend Ryan, my partner, he is helping me with my Twitter. But my space is I deal with political satire, comedy. I try and bring the political side in with a little comedy just to make it more interesting, And I've had a lot of people tell me, thank you for, putting comedy in it, because sometimes it can be a little dry and a little boring. So I kind of try and pull those things in together. I'm very heavily follower based. I love my followers. I am extremely dedicated to them because I wouldn't be where I am without them. So I try and do, I have a contest this week on TikTok, where I'm gonna give them some of my merch. It's a candy corn contest, but at any rate, I try and reward them and do fan Fridays and do, you know, some crazy stuff on that side. So I kind of tie all those things in together for a fun platform across all boards. YouTube is mostly my NIKKINOO news, which is longer segments of my political satire, and not necessarily just satire, but just political news with comedy, because sometimes satire can not be true. So I always tell the truth to the best of my knowledge. So anyway, that is what my whole platform is about. Who's next?
I wanted to just say to all of our fans and all the people watching right now, thank you so much. And we're going to get through the rest of everybody. But I want to encourage everyone to look every single one up in TikTok or YouTube or both. YouTube, for me especially, is my main platform. And if you follow me, I will be very happy. I've got only another 60 subscribers left until I reach 10,000 subscribers. So it would be amazing if everybody follows me that's here watching right now on Food X Bert. And we're going to keep on doing this stuff all the time and inviting all these amazing guests. Okay, so on to the next person. We've got Brian.
You cut me mid-drink.
Perfect.
So so I have a podcast that's on hiatus right now. It's a talk show. It hit top 50 in the US, top 40 in Mexico for documentary type stuff. But also I'm a producer of film, TV, and high quality podcasts.
I knew that's where I knew you from. Sorry.
Yeah. so we're in development on about. Well, I'm personally in development on 7 different projects right now, so I'm pretty busy. We've got another 40 something or so in the pipeline. However, if there's things that you guys want to work with, potentially we leverage each other's skills and assets and whatever, we can talk about that. To the listening public, if you want to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and so on, my personal is at asbribri, ASBRIBRI. Or you can look for 8B Media at 8B Media. 8B is in Bravo Media. Basically, the situation there is there's roughly 8 billion people in the world. Everyone's got a story. Our mission is to make those stories a little bit known and make the world a little bit smaller.
Nice, that's great.
Awesome. Nice meeting you, Bri.
Yeah,
we got the Loud Lib, Matt. I mean.
Yeah. Hi. All right. So the only thing that I really use is TikTok. So follow me at the Loud Lib, which I guess I'm now the Loud Lib, unfortunately. I didn't actually need to do that. I was sort of playing around with my TikTok one day with just names that I thought might be interesting. And I may or may not have been under the influence. And so I sort of gained like 30,000 followers as the Loud Lib in these last 2-3 weeks. So I think I might be stuck.
That's your handle, bro.
But
take it.
Yeah, I think I'm stuck now. My friend and I had a conversation. My friend who's an actor, he's verified, which, God, have you noticed, by the way, that a lot of left creators don't ever get verified? But yeah, no, please follow me. I like to mess with Donald Trump. I like to use his own words against him. I'm not preachy. I don't think anyone should take me too seriously. For all the people that always come into my live and ask me to debate, I owe you jack crap. I'm not debating you. Shut up. I'm a commentator. And if you like horror movies, you can buy my book, Confessions of a Scream Queen. It's only 10 years old, but it still sells more copies every year than it did 10 years ago.
Wait, can you scream? Do you scream?
No. I got an answer, so don't. I'm a loud liberal for a reason. But if you like horror movies, you'll like my book. But really, I mean, my main message, honest to God, while it's great to make fun of Donald Trump, it's great to point out that his fans and followers are sheep. From now until November 3rd, I beg everyone that's on the show and listening to the show, go to joebiden.com, volunteer for Joe, reach out to voters, talk to voters, do everything that we can to motivate Joe Biden voters. He ain't no sleepy Joe. He called Trump a clown. He called Trump a racist.
The worst president in history.
He called him the worst president in history. He told him
that was so delicious.
He wouldn't know a damn suburb unless he made a wrong turn. Okay?
That was a good one.
He was like, he
has
like
got
a queen
this, baby.
about all
Let's
that.
get motivated for Joe and flush that turd November 3rd. Thank you for having me on your show. I hope you don't regret it.
No, it was great to have you, Matt. It was amazing. Okay, we've got Abe, and then I'm going to go last. I hope you guys don't leave for me. I'm going to actually, at the end of this video, I'm going to be playing a clip, a 2-minute video that Walter Masterson made about Black Lives Matter. It just blew my mind. I'm going to play it. It's so funny. So you guys just got to stick around for that. Here is Abe.
So I'm Abe. Won't Be Silent, which is, if you know now about me at all, it's my slogan for living. I'm doing a documentary called Won't Be Silent. It's about a piece of music that was it was exhumed from the ashes of the Holocaust as a song of resistance to the Nazis. And I found this piece of music, and I've been inspired and started the journey of turning this piece of music into an anthem for activism for our time. It's been an extraordinary journey. And in that process, I've reconnected with my social media, and I've been on TikTok for not that very long, but if you get any sense of who I am from just this conversation, if you see the last 5 posts of mine, you'll totally get a sense of who I am. I am honored to be part of this dialogue with you guys. It's I found like I'm in the last 3rd stage of life, and to be able to be connecting with people and having such an extraordinary time and getting so much positive feedback. So I have an Instagram account, which would just now, as of today, I just started working with somebody who's going to help harness all my social, because the election, this month is really important. What I've decided as part of this film is to not only explore all the different music that has come out of oppression. So whether it's the concentration camp, the cotton fields, or the inner city streets, we all come together through music. It's what binds, it's what brings everybody together. And the other thing that I'm doing, since COVID, we had to shut down production. I took the message and I turned it into the best way to say I won't be silent is by voting. So I've been on this journey kind of alone, doing this screaming like out in the woods in the rain, saying that we just have to vote, because that is the only way you can really find your voice, since we're getting drowned out in the media by that orange blip. So that's who I am. Follow me at Won't Be Silent on Instagram. I have a YouTube channel that I'm just going to start developing now, because I've been filming a lot of content, but I'm going to edit it to be more about my point of view. And go to my website, won'tbesilent.com, to just kind of see the sizzle reel of the film, which has really, really been an extraordinary journey.
Oh, Brian, you got something to say, Brian?
Really quick, Abe. It would be interesting to talk to you offline, and maybe a couple of the other guys.
Well, you guys can stay on after the video I play with Walter Masterson. Stay on after that, and I'm gonna end the broadcast, and we can talk after that. So
I'm just saying it could be good to chat
we can talk right after that. After the Walter Masterson video, we can all meet up and talk. Actually, me and Domenick talk afterwards, and some other people also hang out and talk afterwards. So you guys can hang out and talk. Hey, Matt.
Yeah, I'll stay. I'll stay. I'd love to find out what you're doing.
I'm sorry, my phone. My phone's
or
about
I can
to die.
DM you through Instagram.
So I won't be able to. I don't want to seem like a jerk or anything. My phone's
You're a jerk. You're a jerk, Loud Lib. Probably from Trenton or something, eh?
Hey, I'm from Jersey.
Atlantic City, man. I know.
Where Trump flopped.
Point Pleasant.
All right, fellas, I gotta jump off. I'll catch y'all later.
Okay,
I have to see. I do want to see the clip, though, Bert.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see the clip.
Okay. Well, anyways, I'm gonna do my part. My name is Bert. I'm from a channel called X Bert,
right?
And I make content about food and traveling the world and trying to show people the side of the world that people normally don't see. People like Donald Trump that are very arrogant-minded, that don't know about travel. He said that America was the best place to travel, but I beg to differ, because I don't like traveling here. There's no hostels, no good food. I mean, there's some good food, okay, but there's just nothing good about traveling in America. There's no budget-friendly options. You have to stay in a $100 hotel. Anyways, I'm getting off the point. Follow my channel, Food X Bert. I travel around the world, and I do travel in America too. It's just I try to show people around other places where you normally wouldn't expect to go, like Thailand. Oh, I'm sorry,
Thailand.
Swante
Get it right.
Thank you for coming to Thailand.
That's what
No,
the
Donald Trump. Yosemite. I did a
pick up sticks.
duet. I did a duet of the Loud Lib about Yosemite. It was amazing, and I got like 20,000 views from that video. Anyways, you guys, everyone who's watching right now, if you go follow my channel, it'll help me out a lot. I'm only 60 away from 10,000 subscribers, and I can do a lot more features on YouTube. Once I get to that 10,000 subscribers, it opens up the stories on YouTube. I can go use YouTube Studio. I can do a lot of things, and I'm just right there. Even just 10 of you guys, 5 of you guys, 1 of you guys goes to go subscribe to me right now, it would be amazing. I mean, I'm serious. It's hard to get people to go from TikTok to YouTube. I just keep on writing them and copy, paste message, write them and talk to them. They say that they can subscribe, but they don't subscribe. So it's really tough on YouTube. I'm only 60 away. They shadow banned me because I talked about masks as they were a good thing on YouTube back in.
I remember that.
Back in
March.
January. I said in
yeah,
January.
Early.
I said in January that we need to all wear a mask. And
Yikes.
even in February.
Where?
Well,
Yeah. So anyways, you guys, I'm just going off the topic. I should probably just play Walter Masterson, but please follow me on. Yeah. Oh, sorry. What, Nikki?
Stephen Miller just test positive.
Yes, he's positive.
Yeah.
Man, I want to drop so many F-bombs right now about that picture, XYFCenter Domenick.
I love it, Domenick.
He looks like the no good, very terrible, very bad gay guy.
Typhoid
gay guy.
Donnie.
That's
Typhoid
amazing,
Donnie.
Dominic.
Typhoid
Dominic, that's
Donnie.
amazing.
Excuse me, the gay community does not need
I mean,
Donald
no,
Trump
I
changing our
misspoke
policy.
myself, but I also have gay friends that are in strong support of Donald Trump. Even still,
Yeah, it's called daddy issues. Real bad daddy issues.
No, that's, I'm not a psychologist. I don't know.
They're banana Republicans, and they care only about their wallet, and
they're
gross.
Lincoln Republicans.
There's gross people everywhere.
Yeah,
They're
that's true.
libertarians.
Hey,
sorry.
I'm getting. Hey.
Being a queen does not make you a saint. It just
Let
makes
me tell you
sexually
something. Let me tell you something. As a former
What he
active
says.
duty 50 caliber machine gunning infantry marine, the only thing I care about is protecting the American people and that First Amendment.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's what I hold most near and dear to myself. So I don't care
guys,
who you are, what you do.
I'm going to play the clip of Walter Masterson. Make sure you subscribe to Walter Masterson also. Subscribe to everybody here. I just want everybody that is in the live right now, just subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to everybody. It really helps us out a lot. We're all just starting on TikTok and YouTube. So it'd be
Nikki's
amazing.
a big star. I feel like I'm on Hollywood Squares with her on top of me.
Okay, I'm going to play Walter.
Paul.
I'm going to play the premiere of Walter Masterson's new movie. It's amazing.
Hi, guys.
Hey, bro! Get on the boat, man! Stow yourself in the cabin! I'm on the phone with my dad's credit card company. Yeah! Woo! What am I doing? Oh, no! Woo! Do you see that? Hello, 911? There's a black man and he's bird watching. Yes, call me back, please. Can you believe that? Oh. 911, they're calling me back. Hello?
This is Black Twitter, motherfucker.
Someone called me from Black Twitter? Have you heard of Black Twitter? Bro, I don't know. I don't see a Black Twitter in the App Store. Excuse me. Yes, he is right. The Black Twitter, that is for the Android. Bro, Will Smith is verified on Twitter. Black Twitter and Twitter are the same app. Will Smith is verified on Twitter! erase all my tweets from before 2013.
Excuse me?
Siri?
Oh, honey, child, do it yourself.
Nice. That's awesome.
Oh, he's awesome.
Wait, is that a real trailer?
No.
No way.
Oh, damn it! I wanted it to be so bad.
I mean, I have a friend
I was
who
like, how
says
is he
Black
playing
Twitter.
everybody? That's weird. That's not how we do it in the business.
That's so
Can you guys
funny.
see each other? I can't see
I
anybody.
can't see.
No, I just see myself now, but
Bert,
I hear
Are
things.
you there? Bert left us, so we're not connected anymore.
He took a potty break, probably.
Brian, I'm following you. Brian, I'm following you on Instagram now.
Oh wait, sorry guys, I'm back again.
I will follow you on Instagram as well.
Yeah,